I'm Dawna Hetzler.
And I'm Sally Smith.
We, just like you, are bravely walking through the dark valleys of life in hopes of scaling joyful summits.
We believe that safe and trusted women are a force to be reckoned with. When we climb together, we can reach the mountaintop.
Many of our challenges come from feeling as if we are stuck while trying to ascend, hiding in crevices, waiting for storms to pass.
Might we suggest that you have a more proactive role in reaching the peaks of your own life?
Let's laugh at the untruths we were taught, from the common religious myths to the lies we believe about our situations and about ourselves.
It is our hope that our time together brings you solace from life's daily drudgery and a bit of lighthearted laughter.
This is a safe place where you are welcome, right where you are, even in your questions and doubts. So rise up, sister. It's time to conquer together.
And we certainly hope you'll say,
"Now that's funny."
Welcome to another episode of That's Funny. Here's your host, Dawna Hetzler. And Sally Smith.
Welcome, everybody. Okay, so we are on location.
We are
Out in some jungle area. We can't tell you where, but we were wondering, yeah, you hear the birds, right? You were probably wondering, and we did get some DMs about, where are you guys on the couch for 4th of July? Wait, now you're somewhere else. And now we're here in nature.
Right.
So we just wanted to say, hey, thanks for checking in with us. We have had some scheduling issues with the studio. And so we've been doing some filming and just on the spot and going with the flow. So we've been having fun with it. So here we are. And we are starting a new topic, which is super exciting.
I know.
I really don't like this statement, but our new topic for this month is, what is our topic?
Our new topic is,
Wait.
This too shall pass.
Oh God, I hate that one. Now that's funny. This too shall pass.
This
Okay.
too shall pass. So I really like a lot of the ones that we have talked about. I always say, well, I really don't like this one, but I really don't like this one.
Yes.
Because, it really is not scripturally sound. It is not what we should say to people because
Right.
for some people, it does not pass.
That's right.
People with cancer, sometimes that does not pass.
Right.
People with loss, grieving the death of a loved one, that does not pass.
Right. That sticks with you forever.
sticks with
And so
you
if somebody
forever.
says, this too shall pass, like, no, halt.
Right, we should
Right?
not say that. That
Yes.
is not what we should say. We
Yeah.
could say something like, I'm praying that God gives you the strength and the comfort as you're going through this time.
I like that.
Yes, but we don't want to say this too shall pass because it won't for some people.
That's right. It may not pass. So do not use this statement. And
Right.
this is what our show is all about, is like, we've heard so many of these crazy statements that we've spent almost a year now.
Right.
And we're going to have a very special episode coming up on that anniversary. So stay
Right.
tuned for that. But we've dispelled all these myths for almost a year now, and it still gets our goat when you hear these things being said, and we know they're not scriptural. So
Can you tell we're passionate about
yes,
this?
we're passionate about it. So what we did, so this will be just kind of an intro to this topic. We want to read you some scripture. We wanted to just sit with you, linger with these scriptures, linger with what we're saying, and then, we'll jump into it next week. So what
Right.
scriptures do we have first?
Well, you were going to read a scripture
I was
for
going
us
to read one.
first.
Okay.
Yep.
Here we go. Let me find our first one, Ecclesiastes 3. And it says, "For everything there is a season, a right time for every intention under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to throw stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to refrain, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to discard, a time to tear, a time to sow, a time to keep silent, and a time to speak, A time to love, a time to hate, a time for war, and a time for peace. There is a time for everything. And so I think that's where this comes
Right.
from. I mean, there's other scriptures, but there's a time for everything, and it'll pass on to the next one. One minute you'll laugh, the next you'll cry,
Right, right.
it'll pass. But there's some things, even though God has this ordained timing in the world and seasons and things that are going to happen, not everything just passes, right?
Right.
It'll change, the season will change, but sometimes, like you said, with grief,
Right.
that lingers in your heart a lifetime. Does it change, lessen a little bit? But man, I mean, it doesn't just pass. So
Right.
it feels very dismissive when somebody
Yes,
says this,
yes,
right? As
yes.
does all our other topics,
Right.
but especially
right.
this one.
Especially this one.
What scripture, but you kind of have a different angle with your scripture, because it's not about saying this too shall pass, but what maybe our sight should be when we are going through stuff, right?
Right. So mine's just a short one. It's 2 Corinthians 4. I'm going to read 16 through 18. And it says, "Therefore we do not lose heart, though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary and what is unseen is eternal."
I love that scripture.
Right.
And, it does say in scripture this, what does it say? The light and temporary?
Yes.
Light and temporary.
Yes.
So while there could be some very heavy stuff in our lives, in light of eternity, right, it is very temporal, because we are just passing through this world.
Right.
So yes, it will pass, but maybe not till we get to eternity. Maybe it'll pass during this lifetime, but whatever you do, don't say this
Right.
to somebody else. So
Right.
we just wanted to get you thinking about this week, and we are excited to hear all of your input. Give us some more feedback. We are going to dive deep into this.
Yes.
And so it'll be a great topic of discussion. So I'll let you wrap us up.
So in the meantime,
Yes.
Don't believe this one. Don't believe this silly little lie that too shall pass.
Now that's funny.
From the heavens high above, I feel the touch of his laughter and love. In every moment, tear and smile, God's humor is heard, every step, every mile. Keep walking, dear sister, you've got this.